business environment. So very kind of corporate world, on the male side, I know what that is. It's kind of suit and tie. But on the female side, what would you be recommending as the standard, or at least the go-to, if you're applying in an environment like that? What should they be wearing to a job interview?
Yeah, so I think, where you are in that formal environment, it is more of those tailored sort of classic pieces that we would want to be choosing. That might be, it doesn't have to be a two-piece suit. I think kind of almost for women, at least, the days of kind of a two-piece suit are almost kind of, gone now. We don't see that. So there's definitely more options, I think, for women now. But I think in those particular situations, we would be still going for something that's got clean lines, that is tailored. It might be a blazer, but it might be paired with a soft blouse or a dress or something. So definitely I would still say that a blazer is appropriate in those sorts of environments.
Would there be a color you'd recommend? Is there a certain color kind of palette that you'd say stay within this range? That's kind of your safe zone if you're not sure?
Yes, absolutely. So in those more formal corporate environments, navy is always a great choice. A lot of people will default to black. Black, contrary to kind of what everyone sort of thinks, it just doesn't look good or suit everyone. And in an interview, I think it can actually look like the safe default choice, and you've chosen it because you didn't know what else to wear. So I would say that navy is often a better choice. It's still formal. It still works in those, a lot of those industries are a little bit more conservative that have got those type of dress codes. So navy still works very, very well. Those more sort of traditional colors we're going for, it could be a gray, so we're keeping to kind of those key neutrals. I would say, instead of going for, perhaps any of those more very brightly colored, more, fashion type colors.
For sure. And I think with those fashion type colors, because even on the guy's side of things, if you're familiar with the work environment that you're applying for, and that is, a commonly accepted thing, great. I mean, you've done your research, going in with something a bit more flashy is going to be perfectly acceptable. But if you're not sure, sticking with the tones you've just described there, the navy blues, that's your safe spot. You're not going to offend anybody or catch anyone off guard with something too flashy. Now, on the, us guys who got it easy in certain aspects, because when it comes to like footwear and shoes, you're dealing with a loafer, you're dealing with a business shoe. Hopefully your shoes match your belt, a black belt, black shoes, brown belt, brown shoes, and you're probably, as long as they're polished, you're probably pretty good. You women, you've got a whole bunch of other options there to choose from. So what are you recommending on that front?
Yeah, look, I guess that probably, if we're talking about a more formal environment where you are dressing in a way where you've got something that's tailored, you've got something, where you've got a blazer or something, then what is going to look appropriate for that is some sort of heel. Now, that we don't need to be, trying to walk around in 6-inch stilettos, but it does need to be some sort of smart shoe that is going to be, complete that look. So again, that might be a black, it might be a navy pump, it might be a neutral kind of shoe. And I think the most important thing is that shoe is in good condition. So there's, a shoe where it's got a heel that's not quite right, and maybe it's making a clacking sound, or, that shoe is scuffed and is not looking polished, that will just let down the whole look. So, it's one of the first places that, we kind of go up and down, and we kind of end up at the shoe. So you want to make sure that that is actually really supporting your overall look.
Oh, it's great, with polished shoes in good condition, and things like you said that aren't distracting from your overall appearance. That's part of that first impression. And so you don't want, a little thing like that is so easily to correct, taking away from that. So no, awesome advice.